Throughout history, philosophers have proposed different ideas on the nature of the self. Thinkers like David Hume, Sigmund Freud, Gilbert Ryle, Fodor, Marcel Proust, and Jean-Paul Sartre each offer unique perspectives on identity. While their ideas vary, there are surprising overlaps in their views on the fluidity of the self, unconscious forces, and the ways individuals tend to avoid personal responsibility. As we explore these ideas, we'll also reflect on how they intersect with spiritual healing, trauma recovery, and soul purpose. David Hume challenges the notion of a stable, permanent self. He suggests that the self is not fixed, but rather a collection of fleeting perceptions. This view echoes the spiritual journey of soul purpose retrieval, where identity and purpose are fluid and can be reclaimed, especially after unaddressed trauma. When trauma fragments the soul, the self becomes disjointed. Hume's perspective pushes us to acknowledge how our sense of self evolves, and through healing, we can rediscover a more integrated and authentic version of ourselves. Sigmund Freud's theory of the self introduces the division of the psyche into the id, ego, and superego. Freud argues that unconscious forces shape the self, often in ways we're unaware of. This aligns with the spiritual hygiene movement, where we strive to cleanse ourselves of toxic but repressed energies that keep us trapped in old wounds. Just as Freud's repression theory suggests that we hide emotions or memories, unaddressed trauma can also lead to repressed spiritual energies. Healing requires uncovering and addressing those unconscious forces, allowing us to integrate them and reclaim our soul's true purpose. Gilbert Ryle rejects the idea of a separate mind and argues that the self is revealed through behavior. In the context of holistic healing, this idea aligns with how our actions express our spiritual and emotional states. When we face unhealed trauma, our behavior may reflect unresolved pain. By consciously choosing healing actions and practices that align with our higher purpose, we can embody the spiritual engineers we are meant to be, bringing our soul's mission into physical form. Jean-Paul Sartre's existential philosophy challenges the idea of a fixed self, emphasizing that we create our identity through choices. This notion directly connects with the soul purpose retrieval process, which involves consciously choosing to heal and step into one's authentic identity. In overcoming trauma, we can free ourselves from external constraints and negative patterns, allowing us to embrace true spiritual freedom and responsibility for our growth and transformation. Fodor's modular theory of the mind presents the self as composed of specialized modules that interact. This idea mirrors the holistic healing approach, where different parts of the self, mind, body, and spirit, must work in harmony for true healing. In the context of overcoming trauma, each part of the self needs to be nurtured and aligned to heal holistically. Just as Fodor's theory shows that the mind has specialized areas, our healing journey requires focused attention to the emotional, spiritual, and psychological aspects of our being. Marcel Proust's exploration of involuntary memory reveals how forgotten memories can resurface unexpectedly, reshaping our sense of self. This concept resonates deeply with the soul purpose retrieval process, where memories, especially those related to unhealed trauma, come to the surface. By embracing these memories and integrating them into our healing journey, we can rebuild our identity and reclaim the lost fragments of our soul, moving forward with clarity and purpose. Sartre's concept of bad faith involves self-deception, where individuals deny their freedom and responsibility. This aligns with the spiritual hygiene movement, the idea that we often avoid confronting uncomfortable truths about our spiritual path. In avoiding responsibility for our healing, we deceive ourselves into believing we are powerless or bound by external forces. The true power lies in embracing our freedom and taking responsibility for our own healing and growth, regardless of past trauma. The creation of self through action. Sartre's argument that the self is created through actions reinforces the idea that we shape our identity through conscious choices. In the holistic healing framework, the choices we make, whether in daily actions or spiritual practices, directly influence our healing journey. Every decision, whether it's practicing mindfulness, seeking support, or engaging in soul-nurturing activities, contributes to the creation of a more integrated, healed self. These philosophical perspectives highlight that the self is a dynamic, ever-evolving process, Just as these thinkers argue that identity is fluid and shaped by various internal and external forces, the journey of healing from unaddressed trauma is also an ongoing process of self-discovery. It is through self-reflection, mindfulness, and embracing both light and shadow that we reclaim our soul's purpose and evolve into our highest potential. Here are some tips to support your journey of healing, personal transformation, and spiritual growth. Embrace your evolving self. Understand that your identity is fluid and constantly evolving. Embrace the process of self-discovery and healing. Address unconscious forces. Reflect on past trauma and unconscious patterns. Journaling, therapy, and spiritual practices can help uncover hidden beliefs and emotions. Align actions with soul purpose. Your actions express your identity. Choose actions that align with your soul's purpose and reflect your spiritual values. Integrate healing practices. Use holistic practices such as meditation, energy healing, and mindfulness to nurture your mind, body, and spirit. Reclaim your memories. Confront memories from your past that may have been repressed or overlooked. Integration of these memories can help you reconnect with your true self. If this video resonated with you, be sure to like and subscribe for more content on holistic healing, overcoming trauma, and reclaiming your soul's purpose. Share your experiences with self-reflection and healing in the comments below. How have these ideas helped you on your journey? Join our community of light and shadow healers, spiritual engineers, and rainbow warriors as we unite to reclaim our highest potential. Let's continue this healing journey together.